So it is October 20th, 2021. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Day. We've been told to wear pink, so check that out. I am decked out in pink. And as usual, today is clinic day for me. We got tumor board and then clinic. So that's what I'll be doing. So lately I have been vlogging on the Sony RX0 Mark II. But like I said in my last video, Insta360 just updated their Go app to fix the export bug in iOS 15. And so I have my Insta360 Go today as well. Look forward to using that again. It was such a busy clinic day today that I didn't have a chance to record anything or try my Insta360 Go. Anyway, I'm going to head home. All right, it is October 21st, 2021, and it's about 10 p.m. now. I didn't really have a chance to record anything today because I had a pretty busy day. There was a meeting at 6:30 a.m. and then I was in a flap case starting at 7 a.m. and so I've basically been occupied for most of the day. So I'm just getting to the recording a little bit right now. In terms of things that happened today, well, the embargo lifted on the Sony a7 IV, but I'll probably make a separate video for that one. I'll discuss it in a different video. My October 16th, 2021 vlog got a copyright claim for a little bit of music that I put in there. It was music that came with the Velo software that I use to edit videos, so it's supposed to be free to use, with permissions for uploading to YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, and I tried to find the sort of the copyrighted music that it was confused with, but I couldn't find an example, or I couldn't find it online, and so I don't know. I couldn't really see if it sounded similar at all. Anyway, I reached out to Velo, and they got back to me pretty quickly, and they assured me that I should be fine to use that music, and so they gave me some language to use to respond to the copyright claim. So I submitted an objection, and we'll see how it turns out. In terms of other things that have happened today, one of my very good friends actually contacted me asking about phone gimbals, whether or not I had any recommendations. Now, I own the Zhiyun Smooth Q2 gimbal, and I used to own the Zhiyun Smooth Q. So yeah, my advice to him was that I don't recommend it. I really liked the idea of gimbals 5 years ago when I got my first gimbal, because I just don't like shaky footage. However, since going from the iPhone 6 to the iPhone XS, I found this gimbal to be fairly unnecessary, superfluous. The stabilization in the iPhone XS is so good that I honestly can't tell the difference between just handheld and gimbal most of the time. And sure, there are definitely times when gimbals are better, right? It doesn't rely on digital stabilization, so you know, slower shutter speeds don't affect it. Sure, and for like large amplitude movements, the gimbal is still going to be better able to compensate for that than digital stabilization. Sure, but like in the vast majority of circumstances, the iPhone stabilization is is pretty darn good, if not the same. And that's not to say that gimbals don't have their own problems, right? So putting a phone on a gimbal, and let's say you want to do a quick pan, right? Uh, you're kind of limited by the turning speed of your gimbal. Now, some gimbals have like a lock function, typically assigned to a trigger. For example, if you press it, then the gimbal will let you do quick pans. But this gimbal doesn't have it, and my guess is that you're looking at either more modern or more expensive gimbals in order to have that function. Gimbals, of course, also have all kinds of problems related to convenience, right? I hate carrying around this wobbly thing, right? It's extra weight, it's wobbly. Um, it's another thing that you have to charge, right? You have to balance the phone on here in order to use it, right? And the problem is we use our phones for other things, right? So to have it attached to this thing all the time is unreasonable. You're gonna be taking your phone on and off all the time, and every time you gotta get it in here and balance it, and it's gotta turn on, and it's just such a pain. So even though I've owned phone gimbals, I found that I rarely used them, and as phone technology gets better, uh, it's it's just less and less necessary. So that's my take on phone gimbals. I've been meaning to make a video about this specific issue, but I doubt that I'll ever get to it, so might as well throw it in the vlog. Anyway, I think that'll be it. I'll see you in the next one.